Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. That's Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, and I'm Tyler Merkovich, bringing you ACC coverage of Week 6. Boston College coming off a big win in Chestnut Hill against Florida State. Travels to Blacksburg to take on Virginia Tech, who held on in Durham to defeat Duke. And you know, BC's got that great offensive line, led by Costanzo, Tennant, and they got a great running back running behind him. He's only a sophomore. That's Montel Harris. But can Shinsky and the boys keep this winning streak going? They lost to Clemson, but BC looks like a surprise. They lost on the road, their only road game. What are the keys to victory? Pull off this colossal upset in Blacksburg.
Well, keys to victory for the Eagles, they have to protect up front, because you know what's going to happen with Virginia Tech when you play a Frank Beamer team. Virginia Tech is going to come after the quarterback, so that O-line has to step up and play big this game. And they have to take away, too. They have to take away the Hokies' running attack. The Hokies, if they get that balance, they're a dangerous team, one of the more dangerous teams in the country. You saw what Tyrod Taylor was able to do in the passing game last week. I know it was Duke, but still, that's still a good sign. He still only has thrown one interception this year. So you want to take away that running game, Ryan Williams and company, because you know what's going to happen if you make Virginia Tech throw. You give yourself an opportunity to win the game. 3, they have to stay alive on third down. The Eagles only convert 35% of their third down opportunities, so they have to improve that in order to stay alive, to keep on the field, to keep their defense tired. Those are the keys to victory for Boston College.
Virginia Tech defense is really coming alive this year, and for them for Boston College to have success, they need to convert that third down rate. And for the Hokies, you know what they do? They play defense, they play special teams. Tyrod Taylor has had trouble through the air, but that running game is great also. I mentioned Montel Harris. You cannot forget about Ryan Williams, and they still have other backs behind him that make a difference behind that offensive line. What are the keys to victory for Frank Beamer?
Well, keys to victory for the Hokies is what you just mentioned. Ryan Williams and Josh Ogleby have to step up and provide that spark that they've always done. They're two phenomenal backs, one of the best tandems in the country. I know in the ACC, one of the best tandems. Those two guys can really run a football, feed those guys a rock against that Boston College defense. Also, number 2, the offensive line for Virginia Tech must protect Tyrod Taylor in the pocket. They've given up 13 sacks already this season. You can't win a lot of games if your quarterback is back there getting sacked. A lot of that has to do with Tyrod Taylor scrambling and trying to make something happen, and he gets tackled. But you still have to protect up front. A sack is a sack. You want to make, because Boston College is going to come after the quarterback, so you have to protect Tyrod Taylor. And Taylor's continued protection of the football. I mentioned with the keys to victory for Boston College, he's only thrown one interception. He has to continue to protect that football, and that gives you an opportunity to win. I like Virginia Tech in this game because you saw Boston College already lost in their first road game against Clemson. You don't beat Virginia Tech in Blacksburg too often.
BC was playing on high emotion when the story with Herzlich. Thank goodness he is over his cancer battle, and hopefully he can return to the field because he's a great player. And they beat Florida State, and this could be a surprise team. But on the road in Blacksburg, I think Virginia Tech has too much to lose. I'm taking the Hokies also.
Yeah, I agree with you with that. It's just too much for those. They won't be able to handle the downward pressure that goes on in Blacksburg.
For more, visit footballgameplan.com/NCAA.